So I'm sitting here in the car at one of the slowest Maccas in Australia on the fringes of Melbourne. This is a brand new suburb. It's pouring rain and I'm on the way to pick up the next boat for the channel, which is very exciting. I know next to nothing about it. I've seen it advertised for about 6 weeks and I didn't know what it was, so that's how niche it is. And a lot of people I spoke to didn't know anything about it either. It wasn't until I found the name of the design and went down the full rabbit hole that I was able to figure out what it is. So let's head out and pick up this boat and we'll see what we bought, and then I'll have a look at it and explain what it is a bit later on in the video. Right, so back home from our boat fetching mission. Rained the whole way home. It was a bit of a shocking drive really, especially out where I got the boat on the dodgy sort of gravel roads and stuff. But yeah, I think we can all agree that this is probably one of the coolest boats in the world in terms of the class, the modern moth, and the technology and how fast it is and the efficiency and just how addictive it is. Like the coolest thing ever. And if you think the moth's cool, you probably thought that this time around I did, the Bethwaite HSP, High Speed Project, that was pretty cool too. But wait till you see what I found next. So first let me explain my logic. So I started sailing when I was 2.5 years old. My son just turned 2 this week and I don't want him to be behind. So I've been thinking, what can I get that I can take him on? Because like the Dinghy Cruising Association says the best boat to dinghy cruise is the one you've already got. But the one I've already got, while it's really fast and awesome, it does tend to bite you a bit and it's a little bit out there. So maybe the Moth's not the best for dinghy cruising. I was sort of pondering a variety of different ideas. Like I'd got the study plans for a little Hensonvale mini catamaran thing. And I was looking at that, but just the ply was going to cost quite a lot of money, and then the epoxy and CNC cutting and then all the sails and all that sort of stuff. So I'd sort of backburnered that idea for a while. And then I was just keeping an eye on Marketplace and everything. And I'd seen this boat and it had been up there for about 6 weeks and it looked pretty weird and kind of cool. But I didn't even know what it was. So that's how far down the rabbit hole it was. Last Sunday night I was sitting on the couch and I was like, what is that thing? So then I went fully down the rabbit hole and it turned out this boat was designed by the guy that wrote the book on safe family cruising with kids. So it also happens to be like a super cool boat for camping expeditions and that kind of thing. A couple of years ago I actually wanted to start this channel and I did do a lot of recording, and I actually built a boat in my bedroom, like a European sailing canoe. I'll put some of that footage over the top now while I'm talking, but I decided I better not upload it to YouTube because I'm not sure if my landlord at the time would appreciate the fact I was building a boat in the master bedroom. So that boat's still kind of half finished, and I will finish it one day. But in the meantime, I never really got around to trying camping on a dinghy until now. So this boat was designed to be self-righting from 110 degrees, so perfect when you're sailing with a 2-year-old. I really want like the anti-moth, and this is it. But the downside is, I don't know really anything about it. There were 3 pictures on Facebook. I found a digital copy of the book. I'll put that on the screen now. So I've had a bit of a read through that, and the guy was clearly onto it. This Colman, he founded the Dinghy Cruising Association, and I think in his era he was the guy. So to find one of these on the other side of the world from where he was, they're rare as. Like I've only found evidence of one other in Australia. The unfortunate previous owner had come into some health issues, so I was dealing with his wife, who was really nice, but I don't think they'd even had the cover off. She said he'd never sailed it, so she doesn't know what's in there. I don't know what's in there. So now we get to unbox a boat that I've bought sight unseen off Facebook Marketplace for just $1,200, and then we're going to do the full process again. So here it is. This is the Roma 14, designed in about 1972. It's 14 foot long. It is apparently self-righting from a 110 degree capsize. It's got some lead ballast in the floor, I'm told. It's also got a ballasted centerboard. This one's got an aluminium rig. I noticed it's got smaller spreaders than the ones in the plans because it's got diamonds. So that's good because we'll be able to tune the rig more accurately and get the bend through the middle of the mast the way I want it. Someone's clearly put a lot of effort into it. Like it's already got like rope, guides for the mooring lines going up to the horn cleat, stainless steel rub strip. So whoever built this and put it together knew what they were doing. It's just we know nothing about its history. So now we get to pull the cover off and see what's inside because we don't know. Okay, moment of truth. We find out what we've got. Australia. So yeah, it's got heaps of space on the inside. I have a theory this thing's not actually part of the boat because I can't see what it would do. She did say she didn't know what was in there and it might not be boat related. So yeah, let's pull this out. Look, it came with 2 anchors. I believe this is for like a Japanese sculling oar, which will be that one over there. Or just one of the oars. In that, if you've read the manifest of Yervand, he mentions that that's an excellent way to propel a boat like this. It does obviously have the bracket for an outboard there, and I could probably convince my brother to let me borrow the little outboard off his rib. But yeah, it might be simpler to just have the sculling oar depending on how well I can get it to sail, maybe with a few more sails. So I reckon these sort of boards I'm taking out at the moment are obviously the floor of the boat. I think I did read in that book that the floor and the bilge are separate so that if you're camping in the boat and it rains or whatever, you're not lying in like water. Obviously it's got hiking straps, so it must be fast. Frog in the boat. So no matter what I do, I end up seeming to work on boats outside in the dark. At least it's not raining anymore. So now I can keep pumping this bilge and hope that that frog has escaped while I've been gone. And then I really want to open up the cabin and see what we've ended up with. So yeah, let's hope there's no bugs or spiders or anything in there, because that'd be pretty creepy. But yeah, a lot of work to do to clean this thing up. So yeah, let's get on the bilge pump and try and drain all the water out. Okay, so got most of the water out. Now I can get in and see what's inside the cabin. Hope it's not a snake or anything like that. Hopefully there's some sails. They're in the picture, so they should be there. So yeah, let's open it up. So I realised yesterday when I showed it what was in the cabin, the camera was actually off. So I'll just quickly show you the inside of the interior so that I can then insert that back into the video. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of space. Like there's probably a good 1.6 meters or something up in there. And then it's just so clean and so dry. Like it's just amazing. I was expecting it to be full of bugs and mold and rot, but it looks like it was painted yesterday. Like it still smells dry, looks brand new. It's just awesome. So I'll just show you what's left in here. I've already taken out the sails, which I was really happy with. But yeah, let's just quickly see what else was here. So we got one bag that had like a proper, it had a roll of sticky back, repair cloth, as well as proper silver marine compass from Sweden. And then the bracket for that's already fitted to the cockpit. It also came with a nice mint set of binoculars, a Barlow headsail furler from England. We figured out that yesterday, remember that goes on the, whatever the big jib is essentially, not the storm jib. Got a boat hook, fire extinguisher. This is the tender, I assume. She did say she thought there was another boat inside the boat, so yeah, it's got a tender. Set of emergency paddles. I think what it would be is the bracket. So I reckon that'll go up at the transom, and then that'll be something to hold the boom up when you're at anchor, with the boom tent up maybe. That's my best guess. If anyone else has any ideas, let me know in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is. So this is our first mint condition sail bag. Let's see what we've got. So there's buttons on the ground, fiberglass ones, that's a good start. So it's got plastic slides on the luff. That's really good because I was a bit worried, like if I'm reefing by myself or with a 2-year-old, how am I going to feed the bolt rope in? But clearly someone's thought of that. So I'm very happy with the main. For some, like a boat of totally unknown vintage, to end up with something that's pretty much off the loft floor, that is awesome. It's got 2 reefs. It's obviously not a big sail to start with. You can already see just lying on the ground, it's quite a deep cut by the amount of kind of belly in behind the, about 30% in where it needs to be. But yeah, I think that'll do just fine for what we're doing initially. If a big square top turns up that I can adapt, maybe that'll find its way onto the boat. But I think for, the initial plans for this boat, that's perfect. While I was unpacking that, I actually found another sail in this bag. So yeah, let's pack up the main, get the battens out of it, take the load off it, and then we can unroll this mystery sail and find out what it is. Okay, mystery sail number 1. So this is quite a small headsail by the looks of it. Got a wire luff, so maybe it's meant to be on that Barlow furler that I found. I think I'll just pull out all the jibs and lay them over the top of each other, then I can get an idea of which one's which. I swear this looks like it's never been out of the bag. Like, literally. Look at the hanks and stuff. It's still like literally brand new. Oh, I thought the last one was small. This one's smaller. So this must be the storm jib for when you're really going up range. You can see it's got a high cut clue, so that makes me think that it's designed to be flown off the normal forestay. I'll have to just rig it up and see how it looks, because it how's that work with the furler? I don't know. It'll make sense, but yeah, my arm span's not quite 2 meters and I can touch both ends, so tiny. That's so cool. So the other sail is just old mainsail. It's still got like the original timber battens, like shaped by hand, like that's hand engraved little logo thing. Wow. So there we go, there is only 2 headsails. Yeah, let's put them away and check what's in that aft lazarette, because that's the only section of the boat I haven't checked. And yeah, so happy with how mint this is. Like, can't imagine how windy it would need to be to actually use this, but maybe I can set it on like an inner forestay as like a reaching staysail. That'll be kind of cool. But it might be super flat as well, because it's designed to be used in like 40 knots or something, I assume. But yeah, let's keep exploring. So let's just crack open the super rare Rolly Tasker bag and just see what this kite's like. So I think that's original too. It's literally like tissue paper, like it's so, you can hear it. It's like, I don't think that'll last long if it's got the modern man hanging off it, so I think we might find an alternative spinnaker plan. Okay, so another scary part of the boat. Jeez, more stuff. So we've got our red ensign. People know where we're from. Amazed how dry everything is in here. Like, it's been sitting outside for years. For at least 6 months, but I assume more. Sunscreen, brand new, still unopened. Sinkers for fishing. That's not me. Oh, look at that, it grabs things. Don't know what that's for. More fishing. Maybe all of this is fishing. Okay, that's all fishing. I don't fish, so that's not me. Red flag is aero drag. I don't think we legally need that. So what's in here? It's just dry clothes. And a bit of rope. And more rope. A real random rope, like thick rope. Okay, that can go. What's this? I reckon that's a spare keel cable. Like someone seriously thought of everything at some point. Spare shackles and toggle pins. Whipping twine. What's in here? Oh, tools. Look at that. Wow. From Australian Yachting Products. Hand swaging tool. Oh, there it is. That'll be like a die or something, I suppose. Shackle key, sponge. Oh look, even a yellow shackle key in mid condition. Wow, can't get that anymore. That's so cool. It's going straight into the toolbox. So I reckon that was part of the main sheet originally. But they're the old Duraflares, RF1251. What's in here? That's probably first aid. I remember that. 15 plus sunscreen. Oh, something I can't reach. Oh, drink bottle. Score. Okay, flares. Made in Australia. The proper paint's Wessex. These were made in December 2002 in Lara, which is just up the road. But they expired in December 2005. So they've got to go, unfortunately. So yeah, there's meant to be enough space in here for a small child like mine to shelter out of the weather. And as you can see, I'm 6'5", 120 kilos, and I can fit inside. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, if I wanted to, I could actually sit in here. Why I would want to, I don't know. But if I ever need to do any work in here, I can easily get in and actually like sit down. So if I needed to put some backing plates on some deck fittings or something, I definitely can. So yeah, that's possible to get into the foredeck, into the cabin. It's just tight, so don't know if I'll ever need to go in there again, but I can if I want. My dad actually used to have a modified Elliott 5.9, and that had the keel right in the middle of the hatch, and this is way easier to get in, so it's not the worst boat I've been in. Just close this up before it rains. So it's been dry forever, so let's keep it dry. The other cool design feature of this boat is that the oars, which are currently stored down here, when you're at anchor, they actually go up here between the top of the stern castle and the top of the foredeck over there. So essentially it raises the freeboard to like here, and then you boom tent when it's coming down from the boom, obviously. Instead of going down here, it comes down up to here. So you effectively gain another foot of headroom inside your tent, right above your bed. So you're, if you're a giant like me, you can actually probably sit up inside the tent. So this guy's like thought of everything. He's clearly a genius. So as we saw, I've got an awesome main, awesome jib, and awesome storm jib. What I don't have a good one of is a spinnaker. Like, it's like tissue paper. And I'm also sort of thinking that this boat's generally going to be quite underpowered. Like, it's heavy, stable, ridiculously seaworthy, and it'll go anywhere. But being me, I want to try and get there fast as well. This is never going to be fast, but if I can make it so it's at least powered up and a bit more interesting, then I think it'll be a lot more exciting. We can get places quicker, can sail in less wind, and yeah, generally extend the range of the boat without losing any of its ridiculous seakeeping qualities. So this is what I'm thinking. So a friend of mine unfortunately broke his B14 mast many years ago, like probably 6 years ago, but it is a proper CST composite top section, all carbon. I can't remember the story why he broke it or what happened, but this is still an amazing tube. Like, it's been stored under the veranda for years and years and years. So what if this could become a bowsprit for the Roma 14? So obviously I'd cut the tube about here. I don't know how I'm going to attach it yet, whether I'm best to attach it down here, or since I'm cruising and not racing, I don't need to maximize the luff length of the kite. So I could just make a little block and just mount it on the deck like here. And obviously because I can get into the boat, I can through bolt something to the deck. Again, we don't want to sacrifice the seaworthiness of the boat. That's its main strength. To get that on the center line, it'd have to be about there, and then that would allow us to fly like both asymmetric spinnakers and maybe something like a kite off a wedder or something that's a lot flatter, or something off a catamaran, and that could become like an upwind sort of code 0 that's flying off about here, and then I can just have a bobstay pulling down there, simple fixed pole. Then I'd have the asymmetrical spinnaker. The wedder kite, if I can find one, could be like sort of a code 0 on a furler for light up wind work or reaching when it's windy. Then I can roll both of those up and have my main jib here, and then just got to figure out what happens with that storm jib, whether that goes on a furler sort of back here or what we're going to do. Probably got to put the mast up to think that through. But yeah, I'll ponder this. If anyone has any thoughts about the best way to install it, let me know, because this is literally where I'm up to and I haven't progressed any further. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Someone will have a good idea on how to do this, and yeah, then I'll crack into it. In the meantime, got to get back into the moth because racing that next week. But yeah, thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll be back soon with a bit more progress on the Roma.